Alex Eala has done it again, and this time the number beside her name tells the entire story. In the latest WTA rankings released on Monday, Alex climbed 2 spots to world number 18, officially setting a brand new career high just days before the US Open. But calling this simply a ranking improvement would completely miss the bigger picture. This is another historic step in one of the fastest rises tennis has seen from the Philippines in recent years. Alex is now not only inside the world's top 20, she has also become the highest-ranked female tennis player from Southeast Asia in WTA history. Think about how quickly this has happened. Not long ago, Alex was still fighting her way through the lower levels of professional tennis, trying to establish herself against players with far more experience. Now she is entering one of the biggest tournaments on the planet with a ranking that places her among the elite. And what makes the timing even more impressive is that this ranking jump came after one of the strongest stretches of her career. Alex opened her North American hardcourt swing with incredible momentum, winning her first WTA singles title in Washington and then continuing that form in Toronto and Cincinnati. The WTA itself noted that she had reached an 8-1 record during the North American hardcourt swing before her Cincinnati campaign moved forward. That Washington title was especially important because Alex became the first Filipino player to win a WTA Tour singles title, defeating Jessica Pegula in a dramatic comeback after the rain delay. So when the new ranking appeared, it wasn't some random jump. It was the reward for weeks of consistently beating strong competition and proving that she belongs at this level. And now the biggest question has changed completely. Instead of asking whether Alex Eala can break into the top 20, fans are asking something much bigger. How high can she climb from number 18? And this is where the story gets even more interesting, because Alex Eala is arriving in New York at exactly the moment when expectations around her are exploding. She is no longer entering the US Open as an unknown young player hoping to make a statement. She is entering as a top 20 player, a WTA champion, a Grand Slam second-week player, and one of the biggest names representing the Philippines on the tennis stage. Her 2026 Wimbledon campaign already showed what she can do at a Grand Slam, when she reached the round of 16, the best Grand Slam result of her career so far. Now she gets another opportunity on the hard courts of New York, where she made history last year by earning her first US Open main draw victory. The difference this time is massive. Last year, Alex was trying to introduce herself to the Grand Slam audience. This year, people already know exactly who she is. The official US Open itself has highlighted Alex as one of the players to watch, pointing to her historic Washington title and her growing profile ahead of the tournament. And there is another major factor: the crowd. Alex's rise has created an enormous wave of Filipino support wherever she plays, and New York could provide an even bigger stage for that fan base. Every match now has the potential to feel like a home crowd moment for Alex, especially with the Philippine community following her journey so closely. She has already arrived in New York and begun preparing for the tournament, with practice sessions underway ahead of the opening rounds. But there is something else that makes this US Open different. Alex is not coming in simply hoping to survive the first round. She has already shown during this North American swing that she can handle pressure, recover from difficult situations, and beat high-level opponents. The Washington title proved she can win a long tournament. Toronto showed she could continue that momentum against another strong field. And Cincinnati gave her another opportunity to compete as a seeded player against elite opposition. Now the pressure is higher because the expectations are higher. World number 18 means every opponent knows Alex is dangerous. And that could make her US Open run one of the most fascinating stories of the entire tournament. But here is the part that could make Alex Eala's US Open week even more exciting. She isn't playing just one event. She is stepping into multiple major stages across the US Open experience. Alex is scheduled to compete in women's singles, mixed doubles, and the stars of the Open exhibition, giving fans several chances to watch her in New York and potentially creating multiple viral moments before her main singles campaign even begins. The mixed doubles storyline is already huge because Alex has received a wild card to team up with Canadian star Felix Auger-Aliassime, creating a brand new partnership that tennis fans will be watching closely. Their opening opponents are the experienced duo Alina Svitolina and Gael Monfils, meaning Alex's first mixed doubles appearance immediately puts her on court with some of the biggest names in tennis. The timing is also perfect because the revamped US Open mixed doubles tournament has become one of the biggest attractions of Fan Week, with superstar pairings like Aryna Sabalenka and Novak Djokovic generating massive attention. Now Alex and Felix are stepping directly into that star-studded spotlight, giving Alex another opportunity to prove that she belongs on the biggest stages of the sport. For Alex, this is more than just another match. It gives her valuable experience with the pressure, energy, and attention that comes with a major Grand Slam environment before her singles campaign even begins. Then, on August 27th, Alex is scheduled to appear at Stars of the Open, where she will face her close friend Iva Jovic in an exhibition featuring several rising stars from the sport. That matchup adds another exciting layer to her week because fans will get to see Alex in a completely different setting before the real pressure begins. And then comes the main event, with the US Open Women's Singles draw beginning August 30th. Alex is projected to enter as a seeded player, marking only the second time she has entered a Grand Slam as a seed after Wimbledon. That is a major sign of how quickly her career has changed. Not long ago, Alex was fighting to establish herself on the biggest stages. Now she is entering New York with the status of a top 20 player and the expectations that come with it. A career-high world number 18 ranking, a WTA 500 title, a growing international fan base, a mixed doubles partnership with Felix Auger-Aliassime, a major Fan Week appearance, and now another Grand Slam as a seeded player. Everything is coming together at once. This is no longer simply the story of a promising Filipino player trying to break through. Alex Eala has become a genuine top 20 force, and now the entire tennis world is waiting to see what she can do with that status on one of the biggest stages in the sport. The most exciting part is that world number 18 may not be the final destination. One deep run in New York, combined with a few major wins over higher-ranked opponents, could completely change her ranking and push her even closer to the elite group at the top of women's tennis. If Alex carries the same confidence, composure, and form that helped her reach this point into the US Open, this could become one of the biggest weeks of her young career. For fans across the Philippines and around the world, New York could become the stage where Alex begins another major chapter, surrounded by the biggest stars, massive crowds, and one of the biggest opportunities of her season. She has already made history, but now she has a chance to turn that history into something even bigger. The question is no longer whether Alex Eala belongs among the world's best. She has already shown that she does. The real question is how far she can climb from here. Could this be the tournament where Alex takes another giant step toward the very top of women's tennis and proves that her rapid rise is only getting started? With the spotlight getting bigger, the competition getting tougher, and Alex entering New York with more confidence than ever, the US Open could become another defining moment in her career. World number 18 is already historic, but if she delivers another deep run, that number could soon look very different. Is world number 18 only the beginning of Alex Eala's next explosion and her journey toward becoming one of the biggest stars in women's tennis?